Hey there, Debo here. This is the set I'm going to talk about today. It is the Mattel-produced Mega Bloks G.I. Joe set. Stacking Lego, get your clicks. Get up and get down as your Debo breaks. H.I.S.S tank. Classic. Small compared to the Skystriker, a little bit. So we're going to take a look at how these stack up to their counterparts in the toy world. And that'll be coming up a little bit later. But we'll examine what we've got here in this set. I did get it considerably less than retail. It's probably 50% off. Just because it's Mega Bloks, and for as much smack as I've laid down on Mega Bloks in the past, they've come up with some decent stuff. This is a 6-wide vehicle with a 4-wide cockpit area there for your H.I.S.S tank driver, with a classic kung fu grip. We've got all the requisite decoration on the outside. So you got your 788, because there was only one H.I.S.S tank ever in black, and it was the 788. And you've also got the headlights on there, COBRA symbol on the side, little markings down near the treads, and the treads do roll, and they're a bit tight, but I suppose if I were to apply a little bit of heat or a whole lot of friction, then it probably loosened them up a bit, but it works just fine for me. It really just sits on the shelf and looks pretty. So all of the figures came with a base that you could set them on separately, which I won't do because I love having figures in vehicles, especially when that's the point. So these are just going to go to the side and get put in a little poly bag and placed in a big box of parts. So Skystriker is pretty wild here. It seems to be the more accurate of the two as far as figure to vehicle scale, kind of overall for the line here. The Skystriker comes with Ace, of course, and you've got Duke, classic helmet style. This is a 2-figure cockpit, so that is accurate. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any parachutes like the old school one did. And the weaponry on the bottom, the armaments, are held on by a single peg, so they do tend to travel a little bit on that axis. Access that axis. Just do it. Easy to get the figures in and out of these builds, so that is a plus. If you are a Hasbro toy buying person and you've had the pleasure of trying to get some of the figures into the newer cockpits for the classified series, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, these aren't minifigures, these are the Mega Bloks figures, but they are pretty fun, kind of accurate, and they've got a whole lot more articulation. And because of that, they just kind of seem overall derpy. But that's part of the charm, right? But we do have this is a legitimate swing wing aircraft, which is nice. However, the center of the back of the vehicle does not provide that switch. It has a sticker there that shows you, hey, this is where that switch would have been. But one of the things you can see here, I just took off that exhaust, and you can see these are kind of snot pieces that Mega produces that are a bit different than what Lego does. So there are a couple wild things in here if you get the chance to put this together, if you're a Lego fan and you want to see what it's like on the other side of the street. Now, in the original Skystriker, this air brake in the back never really moved. It was just kind of molded in place. But it's nice that this is on a clipped-in bar, so you can change the attitude of it as you like. The landing gear is, non-retractable, and that's fine. That's okay. I can live with that. Because the overall appearance of the vehicle is just really, really nice. There are other sets that Mega has put out, or Mattel, rather. This is from the Mattel Collector's Line Mattel Creations, yes. And they've done a couple odd crossover one-off things, but it's very nice to get something like this, especially when you have those crapola sets that tried to capitalize on the G.I. Joe license and just really made horrible sets for the excuse of making them. Like, I've gotten minifigures for those things that aren't even fully molded. So the Skystriker version we see here is the Silent Strike. It's a 2015 50th anniversary reissue from, I don't know if it was Con or something like that. Anyway, it was originally intended to be a COBRA vehicle. It had like COBRA markings and whatnot. So I peeled those off and went to Toy Hacks. Got myself a nice set of Rosgrease markings from Ace Combat, and I made this a dream machine for me. So one of the things you'll notice there too is that it's a single-seater instead of a two-seater, and no parachute, but it's got a fully decked out cockpit. So you can see there it's got the emergency pulls for the eject seat, which do not function. They're just decorative. But looking at these two side by very close side, you can see that they did really get the shape of the Skystriker, and that's one thing I really like about that set. There's a look from behind, and you can see the mechanism for opening the wings on the actual Skystriker. You just pull that lever back, and it raises the wheels and kicks the wings out. The one for the Mega Block set is purely decorative, of course. So now we're going to take a look at the H.I.S.S tank and how it stacks up to some others. So we have the Mega Blocks. We have a recent Hasbro issue of a to-scale with the original H.I.S.S tank, but it's actually Megatron with some more Toy Hack stickers. And then you have the classified H.I.S.S tank there in the back in all of its glory, with the LED lights and all the trappings. There's a little bit more of a clustered size comparison here. Of course, you don't have any Techno Vipers with the Mega Block set, but who knows? Maybe someday. So the Megatron H.I.S.S tank, because Megatron's a tank now, and we just don't have to get on board with that because they're not giving us any other choice. Taking a peek down here, we can see, yes, it is indeed Megatron hiding inside. And there's his shins. So, overall, get it if you can, especially if you can get it at a discount. If you pay full price, it's still better than what you would pay a couple of years from now when it's tougher to find. So, thanks for stopping by. I'll be making more stuff for you to check out.